Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Shawn GILL CPA with Neutron Tax, and in this video, I'm going to go over what you need to bring to your CPA come tax time so you can get an accurate and complete personal tax return filed quickly and easily. Side note, if I'm your CPA, great decision, best choice of your life. And before we get started, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. It really helps the channel grow. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So as a CPA with my own firm, Neutron Tax, I often get asked by clients, Shawn, what do I need to bring you to get my taxes done this year? And usually it's the same core items year to year. So starting off, that's identification for you and your spouse. That's a driver's license so that I can verify your identity. The IRS is big on protecting people from identity theft. Next, it's the names of your dependents, your entire family's social security number, so that's you, your spouse, and your dependents, and your birth dates. If you're a returning client, we should already have this stuff on file. We'll also need your most current home address. Most people don't move year to year, but if you did, make sure you let your accountant know if you're a returning client. And if you're a new client, just give your CPA your current address. Next, we'll also need your bank account information. This is the bank account number and the routing information. Again, if you're a returning client, we should already have this on file, but if you are a returning client and you change your bank accounts or want money taken from or deposited to a new account, let us know. And this is good for getting your refund checks deposited, or if you owe money to pay via direct debit. You can also send checks out via mail, but direct debit is just easier for everybody and the safest option. Next, we'll need all of your income information for the year. So this is your W-2s, 1099s, brokerage statements from your investment accounts, interest statements from your bank if you had more than $10 in interest income, and if you had any sort of dividend income, you sold securities such as stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, crypto, we'll need all the information related to that, which should be reflected on your brokerage statement, but certain brokerages send out multiple statements. They may send out a 1099 dividend, a 1099 interest, a 1099B for the sales of the assets. And we'll also need any information related to debt forgiveness. So if you had some credit card debt forgiven, that's actually taxable income. So we'll want to make sure that we report that accurately. If you had a student loan forgiven in 2022, that's actually not taxable, but you should still receive some sort of documentation to reflect that, and we'll need that. And then if you have a business that shows up on your personal return, we'll also need information related to the income of that. Now, if you have a profit and loss that's being prepared by your bookkeeper or your CPA, such as myself, we can pull that information from our own records, but we'll want to make sure that information is accounted for as well. And sometimes you may get 1099s for your business income as well. Let's say if you did Uber or DoorDash or are a real estate agent, you may get a 1099, so you'll want to make sure that you include that as well. Next, we'll need all of your deductions and credit information. This is your 1098-Ts for tuition if you have a child that's in college or if you yourself are in higher education. You'll need your 1098s for mortgage interest, your 5498 for your HSA contributions, confirmation for your IRA contributions, property tax information, medical receipts, charitable donation information, and vehicle registration receipts, and dependent care expenses, student loan interest payments, and if you got any sort of green upgrades to your house, such as solar panels, that can also be a deduction or a credit. So we'll want to make sure we get information related to that as well. And again, if you have a business, we'll need your business expenses. And again, if you have a bookkeeper or we do your bookkeeping, this should already be reflected in your profit and loss statement. So you can just send one of those and that'll cover your income as well as your expenses. But if you don't have a bookkeeper or do your own bookkeeping, we'll at least want a spreadsheet that you put together, something just on Excel or Google Sheets that just shows how much money came in and how much money went out and what it went out for. We'll also need your mileage information if you drive around for your business, and home office expenses, as well as self-employed medical information if you are, again, a self-employed individual. This will cover people who file their business returns on their personal tax return, so Schedule C, or if you have rentals, which will show up on your Schedule E. Hey, if you need someone to prepare your personal or business tax return this tax season and make it as simple and easy for you as possible, click the link in the description below. You can book a call with me directly. I'll give you a quote, a free consultation, and tell you how we can move forward from there. Now let's get back to the video. Next, we need information related to any quarterly estimated tax payments that you made throughout the year. This is how much you paid and on what dates. So that would be, for example, the June 15th payment, I sent $20,000. The September 15th payment, I sent $15,000, etc. You can just send us a list and confirmation if you have it. So this covers kind of all the basics and essentials. You may have special tax items. Let's say you sold a house, refinanced, maybe you adopted a child, purchased a vacation home. Things like that will have separate tax documents that are required, so make sure you include anything that you got with that. And if you have a separate business that's filed as an entity, that's a whole nother thing to talk about. We can discuss that and we'll probably reflect that in a future video. And if you get any sort of K1s through investments in other people's businesses or through your brokerages, make sure you include that as well, as it will show taxable income and deductions. And if you're a real estate investor, we're going to cover those documents here in another video, which I will link to up here in the cards. So be sure to check that out, as those require different documents and more detailed records for certain things. And that should cover all the core documents that you need to bring to your CPA come tax time to make sure that all of your income and all of your deductions are captured and you file a complete and accurate tax return and hopefully pay the least amount of tax possible. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, please give us a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will personally address your question as soon as possible. So that was the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps me grow the channel. If you need help with your taxes, you can book a call with me directly at the link below in the description. And you can also sign up for our email list. We only send out an email about once a month. And that's everything I need to tell you. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace. Have a good day. Appreciate the views.